What's good, beautiful people?
With that,
Ramon.
Nigel.
Finally got this man down from school. He speaks Japanese now.
Oh my gosh.
Say something Japanese, please.
Watashi wa Nigel Hill des.
Konnichiwa, bitches. So, this man has been a bit of a case study for us here. He's sipping the Windows Phone juice.
Yeah.
He went out and got himself one of those pretty HTC 8Xs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, man?
I've been trying to get an HTC for a good minute now, and I finally got one. And I gotta say, I'm impressed with the phone. I'm impressed.
So when you say HTC, just a HTC build phone, or Windows phone, or Android? Or?
I would say when I was younger, I had no money, and my parents bought my phones. I always wanted like an HTC, let me see, I don't know, I just always liked the OS they had before they got into the Android platform,
That's Windows Mobile, my good man.
Yeah, see, it was always good, it was, yeah. Just a little weather, as soon as you boot up the home screen, you got the clouds.
The sense you are.
Yeah, you're hoping that it snows one day so you can finally see the snow. So, that's tough.
Yeah. That was good back in the day.
Yeah, it was, and then now it's just like Android this, Android that, so, I held off.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, what's the name? What's this color? Is
it blue? It's supposed to be a blue.
Just
color.
Blue?
Yeah.
This looks like some.
I'm mad. That's the only color T-Mobile has, so I had to get that. When the store looking stupid, I was like, "You got another color?" He's like, "Nah, that's the only color we have."
They don't have like that yellow. Or...
Yellow's AT&T and red is Verizon.
Really? They spread it out like that? That sucks.
Yep.
So, you had an iPhone 4.
Yes.
Not a fair comparison because the iPhone 4 was a generation behind.
Man, this wasn't that bad. So,
Says
a year and a half. It probably came out when I was like a senior in high school. Now I'm a sophomore in college.
Okay.
Technology isn't really... Well, Apple hasn't really done that much different. Maybe the 4 to the 5, but not the 4 to the 4S. So,
That's a very good point. Mm. So what do you miss?
Apps. I gotta say I miss apps because, I had, trying to, stay legal on here, but, forget it. My iPhone was jailbroken. That's the only reason I enjoyed it. Since it was jailbroken, I got to try out apps before I legally purchased them. And so, when I tried out apps, there was just apps on top of apps on top of apps. And, just download the app, just say I downloaded it. Here, it's just like, damn, it's barely anything. So, I gotta say apps is the huge thing. So, yeah.
Are you studying, any type of pre-law, political science? You heard I get to try it out before I legally purchase it? Alright, but this is your theory. A non-jailbroken iPhone is not worth it.
Yeah, my personal opinion is a non-jailbroken iPhone is just, garbage. People are like, oh, how can you say that? I say this because, one, every iPhone is the same if it's not jailbroken. Once you jailbreak your iPhone, let's not even talk about... But some people use it for pirated apps. I'm not even talking about for pirated apps. Right. I'm talking about just customization or
being able
to
delete
things. Yeah.
A phone call from your call history.
Yes, come on, how many people, let's be honest, if you have an iPhone, you get a text, right? Let's say you have a password on your phone. So you have to unlock your phone, go to the text message just to reply. There's a simple jailbreak where you could just text off your lock screen. People say, oh, how come you don't want somebody to see off your lock screen? You can lock protect that, but maybe sometimes I don't want to open up my phone and text. This phone, I'm not going to lie, this phone doesn't have it. It might do, I didn't check. But just texting off a lock screen was something that I enjoyed doing off a jailbroken iPhone. So.
I think you would like Android, truthfully. Truth be told. That is a tinkering man's OS. So, what do you like on the 8X?
It keeps things simple, to be honest. The live tiles just makes so much things easier. Just this flips, shows you everything that's been updated and for anything that you have for it. ESPN, I have eBay, it shows me what's my auction at.
Really?
What's going on. You can you have the eBay app, and then you could pin your auction to the front. So all you do is just press the tile and it shoots up your auction. So it's something simple as that. Instead of me having to open the app, go to my selling, so you can just pin your auction right there.
That's pretty. You think I would know that, right? Because I don't buy anything on eBay. What are you buying on eBay? You're Jordans, ain't you?
You're selling. I'm not gonna lie. I bought a pair of 19s. I think those are the most comfortable Jordans I ever wore. Great investment. I love my 19s. Comfortable. I think they compete with my.
Did you just say Jordan? What? They compete. They compete with his Uggs.
It's for being comfortable.
He does not represent the Windows Phone crowd. Just use this right now. So, the camera.
Yes.
And Jerry's a big stiffler for this. His general consensus is the iPhone 4 was still a very solid camera. Are you satisfied? I've seen some of the pictures you took at the game the other night. Are you satisfied with the camera?
I would say the camera is better than... Well, the iPhone 4 was 5 megapixels, so you can't really compare it to
this. It's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, because this is 8 megapixels. Right. Do I think the camera's better than the 4S? I would say it has to be because it's more updated than the 4S is. Right. Is it better than the 5? Nah, I don't know. Haven't really tried out the 5 because I think it's the same phone as the 4S. So I really don't want my hands to touch something like that.
Truthfully, I'd probably say the 5 won that bout.
It won it?
The 5 is a solid all-around camera.
Camera looks better than this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll give it to the 5 on that one. But other than that, I really like the camera on the 8. But the thing is, like, I really just don't like taking pictures with my cell phone ever since I bought my professional camera.
Right.
It's like, what was the point of buying a professional camera when we use my cell phone camera?
Let me tell you, you're going to get tired of walking around with that thing.
Oh, no, I'm not, because I paid a lot of money for that thing.
Sorry, I'll check in with you next year.
Next year?
Nigel, where's the camera? Man, look.
Trust me, if it's not around my neck, it's in my book bag. I'm carrying that thing everywhere.
That's what's up. You got over, what? 100 gigs of pictures already?
Yeah, like
what,
from
5 months?
Yeah, bought the camera around August 30th. Now it's December 28th. It's 100 gigs of pictures and videos, and I only took like 10 videos, so it was like, just going around taking pictures.
It might be always around his neck. That might be his thing.
But yeah, just like camera, but the camera's not bad. Taking pictures of food, like simple things. Since I had like a T-Mobile iPhone,
right.
I wasn't able to do MMS. Because that's more common on the 4S. But so getting things like MMS,
4G.
Yeah, 4G is pretty good because I only could use Edge on my iPhone 4.
Right.
So
you feel liberated.
Like yeah, like I don't have to be restricted, even though I did have a jailbroken iPhone.
Okay. All right. What is your media experience like? Because I know a large part of owning an iPhone is the iPod. Part of it. What do you find? How's the media stack up?
To be honest, when I had my iPhone, I only had like 800 songs on there.
Only 8? You don't think that's a lot of songs?
I don't think that's a lot of songs.
Wow.
Because my iPod video had 2,000 songs, so and I was barely touching the surface of the iPod video.
Damn.
So 800 songs was a few. Because let's be honest, sometimes you like listen to songs at the moment, then you're like, okay, I don't listen to that song anymore.
Right.
So like 800 really wasn't that much. Here, just like I'm putting music on my phone, but I don't think I'm gonna put a lot on it because I did have a 16 gig iPhone, but 800 wasn't a lot. When I gave up my iPhone to my mother, because that's what I gave it to, it was only 40 gigs left, and I barely had that many apps. So like music takes up a lot, videos on your phone take up a lot of space.
Right.
So it's like with this phone, I'm like being cautious of what I put on.
Yeah, you definitely got to micromanage.
Yeah,
and there's no slot either.
That's what I hate. That's what the Nokia 810, whatever it's called. That's
the 820 and the 8S, the Samsung.
Yeah, they have micro slots.
They have slots, yeah. The Nokia 920 does not.
But this one doesn't because they want to like stream live things cloud. So
it's definitely a give and take, but it's a beautiful device.
Yeah, I think it's really, really nice.
Yeah, in comparison with the 920.
Yeah, it's really slim.
Okay. What do you and here's always one of my big things when people talk about leaving the iPhone. I think one of the things they don't realize is what a liberation it is to have a phone. Do you notice any like audio quality or lack of call dropping, text messages being delivered on time?
That's something I hate about the iPhone. You know, the little progress bar showing you to send a text. Why do I need a progress bar showing me to send a text? Just let me know if it got sent or not. Like this phone, I only had one problem, and that was because I was in a basement somewhere. It's like could not be sent.
Okay.
I don't need a progress bar. It just says no, denied, not getting sent. Or just like shoop, just straight. That's the thing I hate about the iPhone. And then you waiting at the progress bar, it stops. Like, oh, is it going to send? And then it keeps going. Like, why do I need that? Just let me know if I sent the text message or not. So besides that, call dropping. Sometimes I had I wouldn't say more call dropping, just like breaking up on the phone, like with the other person. Okay. I gotta say, I haven't had barely any problems with this phone. So good. Yeah.
Okay, and this one has wireless charging?
No, it doesn't. That's exclusive to Verizon 8X. T-Mobile doesn't have that.
That's so sad that they do that.
Yeah.
So would you recommend this? I
would most definitely recommend the 8X. I would say it depends if you're on AT&T. I would say if you think the 920 would be more of that's something that you would want, look into that.
What do you think? Does that feel heavier to you?
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be heavier than when I just grabbed it.
Because you hear people talking that yin yang.
Yeah, because I'm like, I was just getting ready to make my hand ready. I'm like, it has a little weight to it, but it's not as heavy as you expected it. Right. So, I just gotta say, it's not that bad. The screen is actually, a little wider. So more tiles, probably also better for your videos.
Maybe. So if you're on AT&T, you would recommend it 920.
So I guess because you was looking at reviews, I was like, hopefully I might get the 920. So I was going towards that route, but T-Mobile doesn't have the 920. Right. But I was also already biased towards the HTC because I always wanted an HTC phone.
Yeah,
so,
right. And they really delivered with this, man. This
really
is a gorgeous phone.
And I would say that's a very good flagship phone. Very good. Very underrated.
The One X, which is an Android Citrine.
And it's funny because they just released the One XS.
Right. Is it X? Yes. Is it the same screen size? I thought it was a little bigger.
I think the One XS might be a little bigger.
But it's the same
Because it's a
mode.
rounder phone, too. Like, this has corners. That phone is, like, a little more rounder.
Well, I mean, the man's got some perspective coming from the iOS world.
Also, battery life, too. Because you had to, like, coming from my perspective, when I had my iPhone, I had to make sure if I'm leaving the house, I got to make sure I have my USB cord because you got to charge it. I make sure I dim the screen automatically. What else?
Yeah, you gotta
sure
prepare for combat.
Yeah, you gotta make sure no apps are running in the background.
I thought Steve Jobs said you didn't have to worry about that.
nah, that killed your battery quickly. No pushing to my email.
What?
Yeah, no Facebook notifications.
What's the point of having a phone?
Yeah.
And this was on Edge.
Yeah, this is on Edge. But it killed your battery life like this.
It's terrible.
With this phone, I leave the phone on 4G, have my email accounts pushed, I have my Facebook pushed, and it's doing great. So,
Yeah.
How can I just say that?
One thing I'll say is when I had my 4, that thing had phenomenal battery life for its time. I guess these phones just got much bigger. It was just like a 1950 milliamp battery. The Nokia's got like a 2000.
Yeah.
But the 4 has some great battery life for its time, man.
For its time, but if you pushing a lot, like, I guess maybe I was pushing a lot, but I really don't feel like I was really. I just feel like I walk out the house. By the time I got back home, I was on 20%.
So you can't enjoy yourself. You gotta run home and charge.
Yeah, and I was like, people like, can I borrow your phone? Why is your phone so low? Conserving battery. What's your battery life at? It was like 50. How long it's been uncharged? 2 hours. I point exactly.
Wow.
So I felt like you had to manage like your battery life. So with this, it's like I haven't had to do that once. So,
that's good news.
Let's see what my battery life is right now. Last time I charged, let's say more than 75%. Charged around 6. But I didn't charge it fully. I charged it like 85% before I left. So yeah,
that's definitely some liberation.
Yeah,
for you.
it is.
So you'd recommend it?
I'd definitely recommend this one.
Yeah, you heard it from the man. Coming from the iOS world, it's not all that bad, folks. Yeah. But I'm Ramon.
I'm Nigel.
Peace.
See ya.